Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things again today. I have shown videos on this before to a different degree, but I wanted to show you some bows that I'm making for Bible journaling. Let me move my light here because I feel like it's really shadowy right there. Of course, this room is a little bit dark. Anyway, so if you're into Bible journaling, you are probably familiar with this really decked out Bible kind of look. It's very excessive in a fun and playful way, I think. On a normal basis, I, obviously wouldn't probably have this many things and something, but it's part of the look, part of the fun, for me anyway. So I enjoy the journaling for the content, but I like the decorating aspect as well. Some of these bows I've made, some I've bought from Faith Heirlooms. You can find them on Instagram at Faith Heirlooms, and they also have a store where they sell all kinds of fun Bible journaling accessories. So anyway, this is kind of the idea which has motivated my other bows that I'm going to show you. But it can also, look really good and just a fun, cute, playful thing. Let's get this out of the way. It's kind of distracting. And something like this. So let's just slide that book on there, or clip on that book. That maybe isn't the best match. It doesn't have to match, but you get the idea. So let me show you what I've done, and then we'll just see how they look in a couple different settings. This is just a basic clip I like to make. I have this ribbon that a friend gave to me, and I thought it might make a pretty clip. So those are super easy to do. I had a friend show me a video on that, a private video, which was nice, and I've also been doing some of those on my own. And then this one I just made today. This is a button that I received in some happy mail. Thank you, Kim. And I just looped through a little embroidery floss and glued it on the back. I just used a craft glue. I may need to reinforce that with a stronger glue. But that obviously would look really cute, popping out the top of a journal or whatever book you're reading, or any place that you like to add a little bit of playful flair. The ones I'm really excited about showing you, though, are these big scrappy bows. I've kind of tried to make it look somewhat balanced, but still with a kind of rustic feel. And I like it on these big clips, too, because I feel like it kind of grasps or grips the page a little bit better. And you're not getting the same amount of concentrated weight in one small area. With these, which are fine, but like on a Bible page, if you have the more, or Tomoe River page even, where it's real fine, sometimes I'm worried about these narrower ones causing it to rip. I haven't had that happen, but it just feels heavy on the page. So I kind of like how it disperses the weight of the bow with these broader ones. I found with most of them, though, if I'm using them in a Bible journaling context, it needs, I just like to add a little bit of washi tape across it to make sure it stays in place. Some of these in here will be washied in, like this one. Let me see. Yeah, and even this one here, that's washied in. But that's because I want to keep these here, and it goes with the page color scheme. But if you're going to move them in and out, I wouldn't say you need to use washi. So for example, like here, I have this fun little clip from Faith Heirlooms in my inking journal, fountain pen ink journal. And it's not dedicated to this, it's just I have it in there for now, so I don't have it secured by washi or anything. And again, you don't have to, but I don't like them falling out, so I will usually add that. But anyway, I did this one. This is a revamped one I did from Faith Heirlooms. I'd kind of gotten it crushed, so I repurposed, well, kind of recreated it. There's a little bit of a story behind that, which is kind of funny. So I made a folio out of fabric yesterday. I'll show it to you probably in a next video. And I had this glued across the top of my folio, and then I put another fabric on the bottom, and it looked awful. So this is really stiff from the fabric glue, but I actually think it shows off the fabric better because it just doesn't all crumble together. You can see the pretty design of this, what is it called, Rifle Paper Company print. And then this is one of my favorite fabrics. I've done a lot with this summer. So I kind of like that it's kind of tidy looking, but still kind of relaxed. I do not have this one glued at all, but I have been, well, I think I do because I can't open up that little seam there. It still slides, but once it's pushed over your page, it'll kind of hold it steady. But that is something you can do, is add some glue in there or up in here so that this one is much better. It doesn't move on there. I kind of like that because it bugs me when they start to slip all over the place. And then this one is just a little strip of muslin that I had in my craft scraps. Now, a fun thing you can do on these plain fabric ones, I really like it on the muslin, is to take your stamps and your ink, if you have like any Tim Holtz type inks, that kind of idea, or the stays on kind, you can stamp out a word on here. I've done that, and I've shown that before, but you could do like read or faith or joy, whatever word you want to put on there. It's a different kind of fun look. And then, okay, so this idea I got from a YouTuber. Her name is Meg Flower. She has lots of Bible study type tips and a few craft ideas. And I was just in the mood yesterday to do some crafting. We've been painting. We're still waiting on our kitchen to get done. There's a big delay there with the countertops. And I'm just getting kind of tired of doing dishes on the deck and in the bathroom sink and you know, all the stuff going on. So I wanted to do just something fun for a little while. So I got out my paper clips. You can buy these broader ones on Amazon. I'm not sure where else. Maybe a craft store would have them. I just ordered a set of these of 50 pieces that are coming in black. But the first time I ordered, they were these gold. So anyway, the idea that Meg showed was so easy. Let's take a look at what I have. These are like 3 different shades of pink actually, but it only looks like, if you don't look closely, it kind of just looks like one. And then obviously 3 purples. And then I like these, obviously, you know me. If you know me, I like kind of a lot of the fallish colors anyway, what we would typically call fall colors. That, another similar idea here. These do slide around. I tried to get them really tight. Some people prefer a bigger ball there. You can make it like however you want. And then these are smaller ones. Get the idea. When I was done tying these off, I just put a little dab of fabric glue to help hold the thread on there, the floss that's tying it and holding it together. So what she did, this is not a, here, let me get a full one for you. Basically what you're going to do if you want to make one of these, if you're feeling like you want to do a little craft thing and you have this on hand, it's super easy and it helps get out that idea to be creative. If you're like me, every so often you just need to feel like you're creating something expressive, you know. So these were a good outlet for me. You just put your floss through there. I had a ton of embroidery floss. I had bought it for some projects I was doing a while back, and I'm not sure exactly what I bought them all for. They came in a big pack, so they weren't too expensive. But if you have a bunch of that left over, as you can see, I had several of these skeins. I don't know what you call them, but anyway, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with these things. And there they sat, and I have some from like, gosh, 20 plus or more years ago. So this was a great use. So just loop it through. I missed a loop there. When Meg showed this, she was a lot more precise. If you also know me, you know I don't always measure. Sometimes to my detriment and frustration, but there it is. So then you just pull these off, and we're going to just take a little length of this. Grab my scissors. Wasn't planning on showing this, but it's so easy, I might as well. So I'll pause it for a minute, but what I'm going to do is put this, gosh, it's hard to hold, put that around and loop it a couple times, wrap it a couple times rather, knot it really tight, and then I'll do that, and then I'll come back. Hang on one second. Okay, so you can see I just flipped that, inserted the skein, whatever, through here in half, took a little bit of thread and wrapped it and knotted it. So I have a little tiny knot there. When I'm done, I'll just put, like I said, a little dot of fabric glue. I've been using what I had on hand, this Eileen's Fabric Fusion, which seems to work pretty well. And then you have a bookmark for any kind of reading, a cookbook, a journal, a planner, a Bible, even a thicker magazine you might be reading. So Meg kind of went through all the loops at once, but because mine aren't spaced perfectly out, you know, perfectly balanced on both sides, this is kind of wrinkled up here. I'm just going to kind of pretend like I'm giving it a haircut, which is how I did them yesterday. Some of these guys are sticking out funny. These things have been wadded up in a plastic container for a number of years, or at least months. So I think I'm going to kind of go with this because I have quite a few different lengths going on. See, the loops are not all even. So I'm just going to trim right below. Now you might think that's a waste, and perhaps it is, but in my way of looking at things, it's more of a waste for it to sit there till the end of time and not have a purpose. So I snipped off and threw away what I'm not going to use. So let's just see what these look like in a journal. Got my beautiful Sojourner B6 Slim. Got that in upside down. So I was wanting to show the green for a while, but I kind of want that bird to pop back out. But anyway, that is totally beside the point. Let's just open this up and see if we like the look of this in a journal. Traveler's Notebook. So when you press it down, you can get that tassel placed where you want it. And so it kind of looks like that. That's a simple one. You know, a smaller might be appropriate for something smaller size like this. Let's try, I'm trying to think of something that would go with the color. Let's try this one again. Now this is a different, you know, I just tied a bow on there, but ooh, I like that for the summer. I like doing this. I just think this is a fun way to use an individual bow or two, so it's not so wild like that. That's just, like I've said, the kind of part of the process if you enjoy doing that. But on a regular daily basis in the journals I use to write in, I kind of like a little accent like this. These are kind of blocking the view. So I think that looks kind of pretty. I might leave that one in there. But let's try one of these tassel ones. So this has got a lot of colorful things on it. So I like this mustardy color, but I don't know if I have anything to go with it. Some of you are probably groaning like, why do you always pick those colors? Let's do the pink. I like that. These are more rich, deeper pinks than poppy pinks. like maybe that one. So this would be a fun embellishment as well to mark your place, or just add a little pizzazz to whatever you're working on, whatever you're studying, whatever you're reading. If you like adding a little flair to those kinds of things, you might enjoy making some of these. I think this is a fun, see that I have over, I'm interrupting myself. I think this is a fun summer project that you could do. This is holding pretty tightly, this clip, but I also have it over a grouping of pages. So, you know, just keep that in mind. You may want to reinforce it or just add some extra if it doesn't seem tight enough. If we just put it on one, I mean, that's a pretty snug fit, so that seems to work. But you can see too how if you had a whole bunch of these tassel-y ones, that could be a really fun look for a journal or Bible, and just have all kinds of tassels. Like I have one Bible that has all tabs marking significant things I've read or studied. This one is marking, this has all the things marked that I've done some kind of decorating on that page with. So each one is signified by one of these big bows or one of these pom-pom things. So I guess what I'm saying is you can have bows, you can have tabs, you might like to do tassels as another option, or you might like to just add this to your mix. So if you have any paper clips on hand, you can do small ones, you can do these large ones, and if you have oodles of embroidery floss that you don't know what to do with, and you think you might get to it someday, I'd say go ahead and do something with it now. You can always rebuy some floss. I'll just show you. And then there's this wadded up mess of half-used things in here, but I think I can still pull out some of that and salvage it, maybe use it for a book clip like this. It makes me really happy to use things up. You know, if you're like me, your craft focus often changes. I have a friend who just does a ton of crochet, and she's always crocheting, and she's awesome at it. I tend to move from one thing to another within probably books and journals and things to do with that, but this is a good fix for where I'm at now. And I thought you might like to see that. Super easy. Anybody can teach themselves how to do that, but seeing that embroidery floss just looped through a paper clip, tied, I thought, oh yes, thank you Lord, I have a way of getting rid of all that floss and making some really cute tabs. So comment below. I'm just curious, please. If you want, I would like to know what people like. Do you like the shorter ones? Do you like these long, lankier ones? Do you prefer the fuller, multicolored? Which of these do you like? What would you make? Do you like the mixed or the plain? And then also, last look at these. These are also super fun. I followed a YouTuber who was showing how to tie these a certain way so they kind of look a little neater. I'll try to remember to link her video below for you. So anyway, there you go. Maybe that'll give you a fun project to do today. If it's really hot where you are today, it's going to be close to 100 here. So I probably won't be hanging out outside too much since I don't have a pool. And even if I did, I don't know. Wouldn't go to a public pool anyway. So, because I don't want to be seen in a swimsuit in case you're asking. Anyway, beside the point, right? Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.